Gotta mute myself.
If you want to hear colors, there's a project that's going on through the Google Arts and Culture Center right now called Playa Kandinsky, because he had synesthesia, so he heard colors.
Oh, good.
We're live.
And it allows you to hear the colors he painted in.
Nice.
Are we all good, Boo?
We are live.
Yay! Welcome, everyone. We are Dances with Kobolds, and tonight we are playing Call from the Deep. But before I let Patrick take it away, in the doobly-doo down below, please check out our sister shows as part of the Heroes Wanted collective of shows, as well as our Extra Life page. Well, without further ado, take it away, Patrick.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome, everyone. I will be the Dungeon Master for tonight, putting the players through various situations, seeing how they react, and listening to what they want to play next as characters. Joining me tonight are...
Hello, everyone. I'm playing... I'm Lorne. I'm playing Nith Doris, the Githyanki War Wizard, who's currently at just below half health, and, hope he survives.
I'm Brendan, and I'll be playing Old Silver, the Sea Elf Sea Captain, for at least the first few minutes of this game.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I'll be playing Pavo, the Aarakocra Bard, and I didn't touch the Horde, no way, no how.
Hi everyone, I'm Tara, actually playing Ishka, the Water Genasi Druid of the Coast, who's probably going to be reincarnated as a bard after this.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris. I'll be playing Montauk, Lord of the Summits, Goliath Battlemaster Fighter, who is currently in the process of fighting a silvery dragon in a field of infinite stars, and so therefore is the happiest he has ever been in his entire life.
I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing Rubel Devereaux, Cleric of Umberly, and the second Princess of Morace, who is really just trying to get out of this situation.
And we'll be joined in a little while by our friend Nabil, who is playing Scrapheap, a paladin with the Oath of the Open Seas. Last session, as you heard, our party flying through the astral sea towards the silvery pool that will send them home happened upon a mixture of ice and crystal that had seemingly encased an old shipping vessel from the material plane. Going in to investigate, they found some sort of astral troll-like being that was smashing about downstairs, and after dispatching it and checking out the hold, they found frozen in, again, this mixture of not quite ice, not quite a crystal, a quite large hoard of coins, and then below that another layer of treasure, and then another layer and another layer, and taking some time to dig it out, our party heard a trio of what turned out to be ice mephits that were hiding in the back of the ship, presumably from that astral creature they'd seen earlier. But while this was happening, the owner of this hoard returned, an astral dragon, completely nonplussed with people digging in one of its hoards and taking coinage for themselves. After blasting a line of radiant energy and taking quite a few hits from our players, it, at the end of, let me check the turn order. At the end of Montauk's turn, they saw it flap its wings and instead head over to the party's ship, where it is just touched down heavily, the timbers on the deck sort of creaking and straining under its weight. And that is where we pick up. And as it lands on the deck, I need Luth, Utanke, and Old Silver to all give me wisdom saving throws, please. I will roll for Luth and Utanke.
Oof.
That is a
for Mamu
3.
also.
Fumamo is too far away. Utanke. That is a 9. All right. And then the dragon is going to use its claws and strike out at you, Old Silver, who has struck it multiple times.
Here we go.
That is a 22 to hit for 11 slashing damage. That is a 13, which misses.
I was not expecting he misses.
And then with a pointed look at the party across the way, it tilts its head, raises its tail up, and smashes it down on the side of your ship. And with that, you hear a crack, and you can actually see some of the timbers start to give way as it strikes for 38 bludgeoning damage.
That before
That ship
or
was
after?
blessed by Umberly.
Does our ship have damage threshold? Is that before or after it?
That is, it has a threshold, but it takes the damage if it beats the threshold, and that damage beats its threshold. And because this creature's tail is covered with what appears to be sort of crystal knobs and spikes at the end, it's seemingly doing more damage. But
Wait, this was supposed to only be a 3-hour tour.
But you can see with the look it is giving you, it pointedly did that to make a statement. That takes us to Utanke, who he and Luth have been loading and aiming the massive ballista, and Utanke fires. And because of the line it was aimed at, it fires straight towards Rubel, because she is in the line where the dragon was.
Well, what?
Going right through where the dragon was, unfortunately leads right to Rubel. So they don't need to
not
re-aim.
fire, can't they?
Yeah, they
They
don't
don't
the fire at me, the healer.
Something about their demeanor does not make it look like they are under their own control right now.
Oh,
That
well.
they're not under their own control?
Yes. Utanke steps up and just fires. They don't take any more time to... Thankfully, they don't have to re-aim it. That is a non-natural 20 to hit.
Aww.
For 14 piercing damage. Hey, for a ballista, that's low damage. That is below
13?
average.
All right.
14 piercing.
14.
Yep.
There goes half my health points. Great.
Top of the round, that takes us to Nithdoris.
Who, Steph, you have nothing to complain about. You and Scrap Heap have more hit points than I do, and have more of
that's
your...
not half my hit points. I screwed up.
Actually, I will say, sorry, at the end of Utanke's turn, you see the dragon again turn, and you almost see a smile, and it raises its tail and just holds it in the air.
Okay.
Like it in wiggling its butt, like it just don't care.
Like it is holding a threatening action. Like to smash down on your ship again.
Uh-oh.
Wants to try diplomacy.
There's my diplomacy.
All right. I dig it.
I aim for its head.
It just makes its 14 dexterity save. So that is half damage of 31. And as you do so, its tail cracks down on the deck of the ship again.
Wait a minute. How did it hold an action? Or is it
Legendary
using a
action.
legendary?
Yep.
Okay.
That is a 23 to hit your ship for another 32 bludgeoning damage. You see pieces of timber start to float away through space as this is another massive crack on the side of your ship.
And I will call out to it in Draconic, disparaging its parentage in harsh words.
Oh,
Wow. All right. With that, Old Silver, you feel in your mind you need to strike out at Nithdoris for that.
Question. Is
Yes.
this a charm?
Yes, is that a
Because if
charm
it was
effect?
Because he's an
effect,
elf.
I rolled 23.
And I have
Is
counter
it-
charm if that isn't good enough.
Yeah, but that'll have to happen on your turn.
Yeah, it's a weird ability.
And it's an AoE
Save.
effect.
Yeah. Yeah, wisdom saving throw or be charmed for 1 minute.
23. Does that save?
It does save.
Right. I level my crossbow at him.
All right.
How's he looking, by the way?
Injured, but not terribly so.
All right. Last I've used 2, I believe, last session.
Yep.
Last fighting spirits. Oh, I should
If he attacks our
Yeah,
boat,
five
should
more
we just
seconds on
attack
that.
his horde?
I've got yeah, I would have had 5 temporary hit points.
He's just going to get his horde back after he kills us.
You guys are really going to let him destroy your ship, huh?
Our ship has
God, no.
200
merit.
hit points.
Right?
Your ship currently has 180 hit points.
I thought it was going to be around 190 because it's 30 hits, 30 damage a pop.
Or
But
30
yeah,
plus. I am going to fire twice at him.
All right.
So that's a crit. So that's 16 plus 13. That's 29.
29 more damage. All right.
Brendan, why don't you add an extra D10 roll in that blurb?
That'd be a good idea, but I like rolling the crit die.
All right. He is then going to use another one of his legendary actions and make a tail attack now at you instead, Old Silver.
Not my boat. It's better.
That is a 26 to hit for 21 bludgeoning damage.
So 16 and no more temporary hit points.
Any movement?
No, I'm good.
Psst, say we're gonna need a bigger boat.
That takes us to Rubel.
Okay, so how accurate is this map? Is it 100% to scale or
Yes.
not? Because
Yep, 100% to
it's
scale.
100% to scale. Okay, so Nithdoris, you're kind of out of luck. You're out of my healing range.
You can move.
Why?
Give me 1 second. Need to check the range on a spell. Oop, 100 and God dang it. Okay, or maybe I can make it. All right, I'm going to try and
I'm 110 from you.
oh, okay. So if I go, I can't move my token. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. All right, so 5, 10, 20. If I go this way, and then I do a, sorry, I'm just, this laptop I'm using isn't the best. So you are just at 100 from me. So I will use healing word to heal you. Let me check mass healing word.
I think mass healing word is 60 feet.
Mass healing word is only 6 feet. All right, so Nithdoris is the one that's the lowest, so I'm just going to use healing
Okay.
word.
I'd like to point out I have 14 hit points currently. So if you
Mhm.
want to heal people around you more, because regardless if you heal me an extra 6 to 10 points, it's not going to change the
True.
fact that this thing can one-shot me.
Everyone around her is fine.
Scrap Heap has
She and Scrap
15
Heap
hit
have the same.
points.
Oh, I didn't see Scrap Heap down there.
Yeah,
Everybody
I just
who's
saw
a
Scrap
person is
Heap.
fine. Robots are not fine.
All right, you know what? I think that what I'm going to do is go back here, use the rest of my movement, go up to Scrap Heap, because he can heal, so I'm going to heal him. I'm going to use... a cure wounds on him. And then, so Scrappy's going to heal 6.
Okay.
Oh no, 4. And then I'm going to duck, because I don't have anything else I can do at the moment. So I just popped a cure wounds. I was hoping to get a little more. But I'm going to try and get behind cover, so I don't get hit again.
All right. Well, the ballista is not going to be a threat for a bit.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. That's the end of my turn.
All right. Scrap Heap thanks you for the heal.
Now get
And
out
then
there and heal
snap
this
your neck.
Doris.
Yeah, he doesn't have that kind of movement.
Oh, speaking of,
Excellent
Hey,
timing.
Nabil.
hello.
I healed you, now go save Doris and the rest of the gang, Nabil.
Focus on the dragon. It's more important.
More importantly, save the ship.
Agree with Montauk.
It's smashing it to bits. You there, Nabil?
He's not there yet.
I see the circle lighting up.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
There we
Yes.
Okay, I was just saying, give me just 1 minute. I'm logging in and follow-up question. What the hell happened? What do you mean save the ship?
The dragon flew across and has been giving you pointed looks as it's been using its tail to smash into the side of your boat as a way of seemingly wanting to draw this fight to an end, but has not had any takers yet.
It's dealt 1/8 of the boat's hit points in damage so far across 2 hits.
You can do a lot
But it can
more than it
do
wants
an
to.
attack 4 times a turn.
Yeah.
round.
Yeah, that means our ship is splinters in 2 rounds. So,
Oh, damn.
it's up to you. You could try being the diplomat, or you can try reaching across with your robot powers and tearing the dragon's head off.
Yeah, go gadget, killer, dragon slaying hands, or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to find myself right now.
You're on the right half of the map on the bottom.
Yeah, you're on the frozen ship near the stern.
There I am. Okay, if I remember correctly, myself, Ishka, Pavo, and there was a 4th character who was blessed.
I think I'm blessed.
Montauk. Okay, good.
Yep.
Good.
You've all got the blessed symbol up.
Okay, so I just need to head up to the deck. Is that where everyone is heading?
Yeah, it looks like you're on the deck.
Oh, I'm on the deck. So
Yeah,
okay.
you climbed onto the deck to fight the dragon who ran away.
The dragon ran away.
He's
To
on
the
our
boat.
ship now.
And has hurt me quite a bit.
Oh, also, Luth and Utanke are charmed. They launched a ballista bolt at our cleric.
And how?
And okay, give me 1 quick second. I'm just trying to analyze the situation.
Wait, how did Luth fire the bolts?
Because the
They
previous
prepared it
round
last
they had
round.
loaded and aimed it, so it was just ready to go.
Okay.
Just bad timing that Utanke was next in the order.
Okay, because if I go flying towards the dragon, I'm gonna have to do. And I just realized my health is 19. Holy shit, that was a bad idea. Wow.
Yeah, you just got healed for 4 by Rubel.
Okay, thank you, Rubel. Okay, let's see.
Now kill the dragon.
You got healed for the
You're right.
minimum amount possible.
Yeah.
Even Montauk's thinking of like trying to talk to this thing. Now, if he's
He
gonna try to
heard
rip us
it,
off
yeah.
for our treasure, then no. But
I mean, even if I do talk to this thing, what the hell am I supposed to say? Back the F down?
Well, you all saw it. It gave you like a pointed look, and much like a cat, before it shoves something off your a desk or something like that, it gave you a pointed look before it used its tail to smash into the side of the boat. And then Nithdoris sent a lightning bolt at it, and Old Silver continued to fire his crossbow.
Yeah, that extra 3 force damage didn't help much.
Okay, let's see if negotiation is anywhere on me. Because I got nothing else going on. If it's giving you pointed looks, that means it's pointing towards something. Or is it pointing towards me in specific?
No, a pointed look, as in this is what's going to happen if you keep this up.
Huh. Okay, let me try something. It's better than nothing. We don't want to continue this fight. What will it take for you to back down? That's what I'm saying.
It snarls back. Thieves, leave my horde, and I will let you go with your lives.
Okay, I just need to metagame for just one turn. Which horde is he talking about?
The horde that you guys had chipped out of the ice in the bottom of this boat.
it's currently sitting on the deck of our ship in bags. At least the top layer is.
Okay, because we kind of need that ship to get out of this astral plane, so... Okay, we did not know those were your horde. We'll return them to you. You leave our ship and us alone, we'll return your belongings to you. How's that?
Roll me a persuasion check.
God damn.
You're a charisma-based character.
I'm an intimidation character, specifically.
Leave.
Get the fuck. Okay,
Do
persuasion.
you have bless doesn't apply to this. Do you have
Blast does not
inspiration?
apply. That's a guidance thing. So
You have an inspiration.
do not. Okay, can I just rewind back and just intimidate it? How about you back down? We'll give you things. If you don't, we'll give you a proctology exam with our fists. And because that's I have an.
If you want to go that way, go for it.
Okay, because honestly, that's the highest thing I have on my list right now. Normal roll. Oh, thank God! Please tell me that's a good thing.
All right, yeah, you say that to the dragon, and it immediately sort of snarls, whips its tail across the side of your boat again. That is a 26 for another 32 bludgeoning damage. Your ship has now taken 102 points of damage. So there is a large crack and break across the side of the hull, and it just roars. Give me an insight check.
Oh no. Oh, insight is good. I have a good insight. Almost.
It's angry, but it's angry because you've stood up to it. Like it's like a toddler acting out.
Am I gonna have to rub his nose in it?
That takes us to Luth, who immediately turns and swings his scimitar at you, Old Silver. Give me a strength saving throw as he is attempting to disarm you of your crossbow.
4.
Yeah, your crossbow is knocked to the ground, and he just kicks it out that way as it starts flying out into space. That takes us to Pavo. Oh, actually, hang on. End of his turn. Luth then looks at you and just goes, "Oh, gee, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that."
Damn it, Luth.
That takes us to Pavo. Luth is no longer charmed.
All right. So he's being all temper tantrumy. I'm standing on top of his horde right now, right?
Yep.
He can't see me though.
Are you below deck?
If I'm on his horde, I guess I am, aren't I?
Yep.
As I keep trying to go into spells here, let's see. Unless you're in my character sheet checking something, that's why it keeps bouncing back.
I was checking your passive wisdom.
Oh, okay.
But if you're below deck, you couldn't register it anyway.
I'm trying, I want to yell and go, like, you break our shit, we break your shit. You break our ship, we break your shit.
You can't, well, I guess you can hear what he's doing.
And he's going to hear what I'm doing.
All right. Give me an intimidation check.
Can that be with that onto his horde?
Well, he can't see that at this point.
Yet. There we go.
He can hear it though, right?
Oh yeah, so you cast Shatter across the ice net. Sure, yeah, there is an explosion, and there are now tattered pieces of fabric that are sort of lined with thread, a couple of pieces of quartz, and a large aquamarine that is now cracked down the middle as it, bursts through. And there's also what appears to be a small stone figurine of some sort of tentacled creature that also sort of breaks free.
Ooh, can I free action pick that up?
Yeah. And yeah, so with that, roll me an intimidation check.
Ooh, nice. And wait, I can't remember. With Bless, can I do that on skill checks or no?
Nope,
No.
just attack rolls and saving throws.
Oof.
All right. That takes us to Ishka. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 17.
17. You notice this dragon is almost like beside itself, but with that last sort of blast, you can see its eyes kind of widening, and it is more frustrated and surprised at what is going on right now more than anything. And it is upset, and clearly between Scrapheap and Pavo, it seems like it's uncertain of what to do next.
Did I catch on to the whole, having a temper tantrum, childish kind of thing? Did I catch on to that?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's animalistic in its way that it's not getting what it wants, and so it's sort of acting out at this point rather than feeling in control. It's reacting, in that other way.
All right. I will. I don't know if I can do this, but I will ready an action to cast my Call Lightning because I'm pretty sure I have to cast it again.
You got it up here, so you
Yeah,
can move
but
it, but I don't know how far you can move it.
Well, it came down through the hole in the ship, so it could be very high above the ship.
We're
Yeah,
in 3D
but I have
space.
to
You
use.
can aim it from any direction at this point.
Yeah, can't you just rotate it like a Jewish space laser?
But my thing
Hiya.
is like I can't remember 100%, but I have to, I cast it once and I can keep using my action to damage, blah blah blah, right? I can't remember if I went one round. I basically used up an action without using that spell, so do I have to recast it or not? That's my only thing.
You used it last time because he left from that space.
Perfect. Okay. I'll have to get closer, a little bit closer anyways. So I'll risk the attack of opportunity. Yeah, he's like literally like 5 feet.
Yeah, your range is 120 feet, and yeah, you can call it down targeting the same point or a different one. So you can just keep calling it down on him no matter where he moves.
Unless he
Okay,
runs.
but he has to be within 120 feet. That's the thing, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So no matter what, I have to move. So I will suck it up. I will take the attack of opportunity from these guys as I move my 30 feet up and over towards. So yeah, I'm going to end right there.
All right, you leap off the deck over top of those two.
Yeah.
That is a 7 and a 6.
And then move. Okay. They miss. I will ready the action to call the lightning down again, but since I'm getting the whole like temper tantrum animalistic reaction kind of thing, I'm going to hold the action and I will just now if I have to do a roll for this, then I'll do that instead of calling the lightning down and holding my action. But anyways, my intention is to call out calm yourself, child, this need not end in bloodshed.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion. I don't get any kind of advantage. Okay. This is gonna suck.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good. Yeah. You see it, laser sort of focuses onto you with that. And you can still almost see it like choking with rage. And it's just like, just fine, just leave. But yeah, it is clearly frustrated to a point of, almost unable to speak.
So was that persuasion my action?
Yes.
Thought so. Okay, so free action. If I'm hearing him say, frustrated, like leave, as my free action, I'll say, we need you off our boat.
All right.
Get off our plane.
With that, I need Old Silver, Luth, and Utanke to give me a dexterity saving throw as Fumamo at the wheel cranks it and starts moving the ship. But to try and keep your feet, I need you guys just to give me a dexterity save. You're fine, Silver?
Oh, great, I've got my sea legs.
Yep, so do Utanke, so that gives him a 19. And Luth with a 17. Yeah, because you are all sailors, you all make your save. And even though the boat sort of pitches and starts swinging away, you guys are all able to maintain your feet and hold on to the side of the ship and get carried with it as it drops about 20 feet below where the dragon is currently. Takes us to the Mephits. They are going to give up on Montauk since they do nothing to him, and they are going to swarm over you, Pavo.
Bring it, bitch.
Give me a dexterity saving throw as one of them breathes this blast of freezing cold air.
Advantage for my nice warm necklace?
No, it's a dexterity save, but you are blessed, so you will. You make your save. So you take 3 damage reduced to 1. You take 1 cold damage. The other one is going to strike you with his claws. Non-natural 20, 5 slashing damage, and 1 cold damage.
All
They're
right.
not tough. Takes us to Montauk.
Montauk was about to just sort of float back towards the ship and attempt to retrieve the rapier floating in space, but crossbow. But Montauk sees these little mephit dorks attempting to pick apart his Birdman song singer, his personal chronicler, and he does not like this. So,
Aw, Montauk. Ow, ow, ow. They got little sharp claws. They're like kittens. Ow.
they sure do. All right. First one. God, why is the superiority die always on? 22 to hit for 12 damage.
Definitely hits. Great sword. All right. That one, that is enough damage to beat that one. It explodes. I need both you and Pavo to give me a dexterity saving throw. And the one beside it.
Oh God, they chain react.
Your bless is all.
You guys make the save. You both take 2 slashing damage, so that is nothing for you, Montauk, and 2 slashing for you, Pavo.
That's also pretty much nothing.
Okay. I then move down. I'm in this square here and annihilate this guy.
Yep, another explosion, another dex save from you two, please.
Ooh, I actually do take damage there.
Nope, the DC is 10. Pavo, with your bless, you guys both take another 3 cold damage. Oh, nope, sorry. 3 slashing damage, which means it's going to be nothing for you, Montauk. 3 slashing to you, Pavo.
All right.
All right.
And then I start, I use the remaining 20 feet of my movement to start moving back.
Montauk, I've now seen attack methods on fire off the shoulder of Orion.
Quote Blade Runner later. Let's go.
All right. Utanke turns and pulls out his rusty hook and attacks Luth. Ooh, that is 10 piercing damage to Luth, and Luth is now grappled. But Utanke immediately releases him as he is no longer charmed.
What weapon list is that in?
That is from Ghosts of Saltmarsh. It's for like the pirate crew. They get a hook.
Oh,
Is that a
I would
D8?
love a character with that.
Is that a one-handed weapon?
It's a D8. I think it's a 2-handed weapon. Because it's effectively a hook on a polearm.
All right, and the dragon is now 20 feet above the ship, and looking around and seeing the mephits, it just screeches at you. Leave, or I will destroy your ship. Leave now. Just go. You will go.
Treasure's in the bags there.
It wasn't even asking for its treasure back at this point. It was just telling you to leave.
Yeah, I was still planning on picking up both halves of the amethyst before I left.
Probably leave that. You've already got.
That would be a bad idea, because you'd then be carrying them out to the dragon.
Montauk
Yeah.
does not want this child to follow. He can have his shinies.
So it makes this statement and stares around and, looks at all of you, and you can see it, sort of breathing in, and you can see its like gullet start to almost sort of radiate sort of this, sort of blue color. But yeah, it tells you to leave. Top of the round takes us to Nithdoris.
All right. So, assuming this guy hasn't taken any hostile actions yet, and assuming that green X is the crossbow,
It is just lazily drifting away into space.
I will run over, pick it up, and I will eye the dragon warily and hold an action to cast Chill Touch on this thing should it do anything hostile.
All right. Old Silver.
Old Silver is going to pull out. Do I have a longbow on me still? I don't have the longbow on me. I just have the attack still. Yeah, Old Silver is going to wait. He's going to take the dodge action and just keep an eye on the dragon.
Luth is standing there with his hook at his side going, what the fuck, man?
I have any ranged options other than my crossbow. I can't point anything at him threateningly.
Luth has basically been begging us to leave this whole time.
Takes us to Rubel. Well, no, Luth was charmed and he disarmed Silver and then broke his charm.
Yeah, I mean before this, he's been like, we need to get the fuck out of this place. This place is really
All right,
weird and scary.
I will also hold my action. I will hold my action to cast Call Lightning, and I will also begin my 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, I will say if you guys dash, you can get back to your own ship.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Scrap Heap, you intimidated this dragon. What would you like to do? You see Rubel float past you.
Ishka's playing the good cop here. I'm playing the bad cop. Must be confused as hell. Okay, if I do 30,
That is actually surprisingly accurate.
if I do 30 till here, then I can do 60. Okay, I will try this. I'll move 30 feet. Here. And then use my expeditious retreat as a bonus action. Well, I'll move 60 feet here. When I use a bonus action, can I use an action to ready an action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's to cast a spell that isn't a cantrip.
No, I'm not casting a spell. I remember that one. Okay, the only thing I can do right now, I don't have any range attacks or cantrips, so I'm just gonna cast use lay on hands on myself, healing myself for 15.
When I think about me, I touch myself. Oh.
And that is the end of my turn.
All right. Luth will use his turn and his action to scurry over here and duck down behind the jolly boat. Takes us to Pavo.
All right, you said we can double move to get back or almost back. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then Pavo's going to grab a rope and just fire it out over the side of the ship for Scrap Heap and towards Rubel.
Wait, what?
Luth grabbed a rope from back here and threw it out for Scrap Heap and Rubel to sort of grab on.
Oh, okay, sorry. All right, so I'm going to, I'll do my double move, which is, I guess, 60 feet. Let me see, how far is that? Like there.
Are you bringing anything out of the hold with you?
Before the dragon could see me, I said I pocketed that
The sculpture.
the tentacle figurine.
Yep, the Cthulhu
Um,
sculpture.
Yep, and I'll leave the rest. I'll go out. I'm gonna go past him. I believe it was right there, or go near him, or towards the ship, and be like, "I'm sorry we got in a fight and we broke your toys. Um, if you want to go somewhere warmer, you can come with us to the material realm. I'd always wanted to have a dragon as a friend."
You steal from your friends. Biasmith needs no friends like that.
Well, we didn't know it was your horde. We're sorry. Unless he knows everything in his horde and knows I have it, then I'm just fucked.
Takes us to Ishka.
Ishka's going to come back to the ship, but she's not going to want to leave like Montauk behind, so she's not going to dash. She's just going to move like 30 feet up.
Go. I've got this.
That's just not the way Ishka rolls. So yeah, she's just going to move her usual 30 feet, and she's going to ready her action to call lightning if he
All
does
right.
anything threatening.
Okay. Fumamu moves the ship, so it is going to swing underneath Scrap Heap, and on that angle, it'll actually catch Scrap Heap, Ishka, and Pavo.
Which means I'm probably way over here now.
Yeah, but with your movement, you can still get there.
Oh, yeah.
I've got this.
Please, I'm going to Neo this shit up.
This is what I feel like in the real world.
All right. Montauk's turn. He moves 60 feet and grabs the bowsprit right here.
All right. Ooh, inspiration for using the right term.
I had to look it up.
Aw. Even so, the dragon will fly over to its own ship and continue to glare at you all. Next round, Rubel, you are dragged into the ship. Nithdoris, you're coming back to the ship too.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, Fumamu steers the ship away, and you see the dragon scuttle down underneath the deck, and you hear a sort of anguished cry as it's obviously counting up what it has lost.
Ooh.
Run, 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 run.
Yeah, you guys continue flying through. He does not come out and chase you.
He broke our boat.
Your boat, you can actually see Utanke will immediately disappear below deck along with Luth to go give you an estimate of how much damage has been done.
We're taking on space water.
That is what you managed to get away with the Horde. 72 gold, 181 silver, 352 copper, 2 100 gold piece pearls, and a crystal Cthulhu sculpture.
I got the precious.
All right, Montauk will crawl down along the bowsprit here until he gets back onto deck, and then we'll disappear down and start pulling up spare lumber and stuff to shore up the ship with.
Oh, what? My
Yeah,
dagger of
Ishka
mending.
will go down and see what she can do to help.
The dagger of mending, the
Yeah.
mending spell should work on the ship, right?
You have all
Mending
the
is
pieces.
like 5 feet. It can only do 5 feet at a time.
At a time.
You can
Yeah, you could take individual boards and remend them together.
Yeah,
You
so
have to have the boards, and they're floating off into the astral sea.
yeah, but we can fly off and get those.
Not
you've
coming.
already left those behind. Yeah, you do have some spare lumber on board, and Utanke and your other crew will suggest you can also, pull boards off of one of the decks and just sort of patch those over for now. Most of the damage is high enough up the side that they think if you repair most of the lower edges, unless you get into a really bad storm, you won't take on too much water. But it's not great.
Yeah. So we will begin repairs from the water line down, and then probably an extra foot or so higher than the water line, because we don't want to sink.
All right. With that, while they are doing that, Old Silver, give me a navigation check, please, to make sure you guys can find your path towards this silvery pool.
Guidance.
Intelligence, right?
Yes.
All right. So and guidance presumably.
Yeah, from Rubel, because Ishka's down below helping out with repairs.
19. Yeah, you manage to keep yourself on course after what feels like about 5 or 6 hours. You do manage to see this two-dimensional flat silver shimmering pool appear before you. Roll me a d12, please. 12. All right. Just before you spot this, you also spot floating off to the side what appears to be a flattened sort of asteroid that's floating. But what catches your attention is there appears to be a small planted garden on it. There's a small patch of fencing and what appears to be a thatched roofed cottage with a rocking chair sitting out on the porch.
Wait. We've just come across a white picket fence cottage on a hunk of asteroid.
Pretty
Tell
much.
me, is
Look
there
at it.
is there a rose encased in glass?
Not that you can see. You look through with the spyglass, and what you see is what appears to be about a 65 to 75-year-old white-haired human woman tilling soil in the yard who stops, looks up and over at you as you sail past and just waves politely.
Get back.
Oh, thank God! I thought it was gonna be.
sort of
Hi. I heard
unbelievingly
about the
laid
Lord of
back.
Umberly.
I thought it was going to be a small blonde-haired boy with a butterfly net catching comets. I was worried.
No, she
I
doesn't look
thought
too
it-
much like a prince, little or otherwise.
I thought it would be, some old farmer dude in, shirtless with coveralls on and shaking a pitchfork at us.
I thought it was going to be Mordenkainen.
I don't subscribe to this rural stereotype, so you kids can eat for free.
I've seen Mordenkainen. He's a little mad.
Where does Pool go? Good sir. Also nice cottage.
Adam,
So
but
yeah.
I think we landed in somebody's moat.
So yeah, you guys float right on past that into this silvery two-dimensional pool. I need you all to give me a straight intelligence check, please.
Bless?
Nope, this is a check, not a save.
Good talking, lady.
Oh,
Nine.
wow.
We're coming through upside down.
Oh. Nethoris is a dummy like Pavo.
I'd like to point out the two frontline fighters
Oh, the small.
rolled better than the wizard.
Holy!
God damn it, people.
Hey, Montauk, high five.
Patrick,
I'm a zealot, not a scholar.
I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry,
They're
what
all-
were you asking, Brendan?
have mercy on us. Whatever
They're
this
all
is called.
multiples of 3.
How do you only have a 16
Yeah,
intelligence,
they
you
are.
wizard?
A feat.
With that, as you sail
9
through,
planes, 9 planes. Sorry.
yeah, that is a complete and total failure.
9 planes of hell, come on. I want one of those devil
Something that's-
motorbikes.
Something that's not on fire, please.
Ooh, Dinotopia.
No,
Let's go to Dinotopia.
if it's the proper color of portal, we're
No
guaranteed the material plane.
Dinotopia. Unless Wentworth Miller is there.
No, I am going to say with a complete failure, you guys are going to take the effects of a psychic wind.
Oh, well, that's not good.
So now I need you all to give me an
Oh, snap.
intelligence saving throw, please.
There we
Again?
go.
This is a saving throw.
Montauk is not good at
up.
these.
We shouldn't be blessed. We traveled more than a minute.
Yeah, there's no bless.
I
That's,
have a character design half concepted in my head. I'd still have to roll it up, though.
Tara,
So dead.
roll me a d20, please.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. What fresh hell am I going to unleash upon us today?
Spelljammer.
Don't say that word.
All right, and
We all,
Montauk,
are we all
roll me
in
a
five?
d20.
Sorry.
How close are you to scrap heap is the question.
I was probably in the same thing, but I rolled a natural 1, so you know. I rolled a
All-
10.
All right. So
Wait,
because
roll
of Ishka rolling a 13, the effect is you are lost. So you do not arrive at the intended location you wanted to in the material plane. So Tara, roll me a d8 to see where you guys end up. And the mental effect, anyone who rolled under a 15 for their save.
So everyone except for me and Old Silver.
Remember,
Roll me
if
a d100, please.
if you're near scrap heap, you get an additional 3, I believe, on your save.
Not good enough for me.
It's plus 3, yeah. So I have a 12, so.
Good enough for Ishka. Good enough for Ishka. That's it.
Pavo, you begin babbling and you are incapable at this point of normal speech or spell casting.
Was he ever before?
Well, he's normally incapable of all spellcasting except for shatters, so it's not much of a downgrade.
Yes. Kind of an upgrade, actually. And he babbles a lot, too.
Ian, I need you to stop insulting my mother in Arabic.
Montauk, the same thing happens to you. You begin to babble uncontrollably. Pavo, you are out for the next 9 minutes. Montauk, you are out for the next 6 minutes.
Can we understand each other while babbling?
Nope.
Can I choose to just not talk?
Yes.
Okay, then Montauk will babble for a moment, and then he'll just shut up.
I'll
You're
keep
just gonna
babbling at him.
grumble. I can just hear you. I can just picture you just, yeah.
No, I think a babbling grumble would just be a bumble. They'd just be sitting there bumbling.
All right. So I need then Rubel, Scrap Heap, and Ishka to all roll me D100s as well to see what short-term madness they get.
I thought it was in Scrap Heap's aura, so that turned my 13 into 15.
Oh, then you're
16.
You're
16,
just
sorry.
you're fine then.
Okay.
What is with this, Rubel? You start babbling as well for the next 2 minutes.
God.
And I'm pretty sure the rest of the party doesn't notice anything's off.
As long as the word Umberly keeps sneaking through occasionally, yeah, it's pretty much Rebel.
And you see Luth just sort of crawl into this ship where he seems to be frozen and just kind of rocking back and forth and talking to himself. Fumama was fine and thankfully grabs the wheel and starts steering the ship as you crash into clearly water as you land, but there is fog surrounding you. Scrappy, you get the exact same thing. You are babbling for the next 10 minutes. You cannot speak, and you have no spell casting ability. How have you all rolled between 41 and 50?
Scrappy is just
Look,
With
speaking
241.
in binary right now.
Yeah.
Those saving throws that were all, or those, not saving throws, all those checks that were all sub 10.
And
But all
multiples of 3.
multiples of 3.
Yeah.
Does Luth look scared?
Luth is paralyzed with fear.
Ishka is going to try and comfort him.
I'm going to action pop Minerva into existence because she's on this map. And inform Old Silver I'm going into a trance, sit down on the deck, send her up into the air, hopefully over the fog so that I can get a lay of the land.
All right. Minerva flies up and up and up, and eventually this fog breaks. And give me a perception check.
That is a 19.
You can see, there is a starlit sky above you. With the fog, you can barely make out a few distant mountains or high ground that are clearly breaching the top of this massive fog cloud that you are in. But that is about it. Otherwise, you are looking out across just this vast, massive sea of fog in front of you. But you are clearly out in the ocean somewhere.
Okay. I will tell her to return, inform our navigator / captain of this, so he at least has some information of what's around us. It's not great information, but yeah. And then I'm going to start looking at the crew and just sort of shaking my head. And, I see Ishka's up and at him, but everyone else is sort of down for the count right now. And just, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Ishka's in a corner, like one arm around Luth, like rubbing his back, trying to keep him calm as he's just sitting there petrified.
Well, Montauk can still do things, right?
Yes, you just have no language abilities.
Okay, so Montauk is gonna go down to the stairs. He's gonna poke his head down and check on Utanke.
Utanke is stunned and just standing at the bottom of the stairs, sort of drooling and just.
Montauk understands Utanke's condition. He says in his head, as all he hears is blah 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 blah. Lord of the Summits.
Montauk, I'd like to go down. I'm going to check the hull to see if there's any signs of ourselves taking on water after our quick repairs.
Ah.
And that's the next thing I want to do.
Yep, you go below deck. You find there is a little bit of water splashing in, but it is just a small amount for now. The seas are not terribly roiling or stormy, so everything is holding.
I will begin patchwork, knowing that it won't be a great job, but I figure we've been on the ship enough that I would know how to at least make something ugly but functionable that could then be fixed better when we actually reach a port or dry dock, probably.
All right.
I'll shape water. Well, if I'm told that there's water leaking down or leaking down there, then I'll go and I'll shape water because it'll last for an hour.
Yeah, it's a slow leak, so we could
If it's-
probably shape the water out through the hole and create a bubble and then patch it. And
Hmm.
All right, so Doris, you're down there. Ishka, you can be above deck, sort of looking down, shaping the water away while he's patching.
Can we just make it actually seal it up properly with the dagger of mending if it's all the skeletons there?
It'll take some time.
Take a bit, yeah.
You cannot activate your needle of mending because you don't have the capability to say the command word at this point.
Fire attunement.
And Ishka,
I can't
as you
remember
are
attunement.
staring overboard and sort of looking down and shaping the water, you catch a faint glint of light in the fog.
I'll give a very low. Actually, no, I'll mimic a bird call, like a seagull or something, because seagulls are around ships. But just kind of like draw people's attention to the light I see. But I try and do it quietly.
All right. And as you do so, you look out, and as the waves sort of hit the hull of the ship with, some increasing strength, you guys can start to feel it rock a little bit. Ishka, you see what looks like a man in the midst of the waves.
Oh no.
A man? Is it one of Humberly's chosen?
So I'm still looking down, helping to shape the water and stuff. I was like, Doris, you might want to stop that. Get up here.
I will abandon the cause and rush for the main deck.
I can grab. Nobody can understand me, so I'll pick up a rope. I'm not going to try and pick someone up stupidly this time, but I should have the strength to be able to at least tow someone slowly closer to the boat, where someone else stronger can lift them up.
No, I'm going to. No, Pavo, don't do that. And I'll like hold up my hand and I'll tell you to stop. Is this humanoid like walking on the water? Is he lying limp in the water?
And given the fact that I assume Ishka's pointed the general direction that this guy is in, right?
Yes.
Can I see him?
Seriously.
You can. You can give me a perception check as well.
And
the waves are rising up and down. So, yeah, you lose sight of him just for a second, Ishka. Pavo, you're looking in completely the other direction. Nithdoris, you pick up this figure, and it does look like a humanoid, but it doesn't look like they're swimming or drowning. Their feet seem to levitate just a few inches over the water, and they're kind of moving sort of hither and thither, almost a little uncertain of the direction to take.
Have I ever heard of anything that might have done this before? I ask this as the character because I have no idea what this is as a player.
Is it a carpenter of some kind?
It is not a carpenter. With that, a couple of minutes have passed. Rubel, you regain your language skills. As this creature starts moving, and it seems to sort of lock onto the boat and slowly in this sort of herky-jerky fashion move towards you. Ishka and Nithdoris, you both see that as it gets closer, it appears to be a very tall half-elf in sort of ragged, torn clothes, wearing what appears to be like a pirate's hat, and it is glowing as if a ghost.
Fantastic. And Luth is still the only one of our crew members topside and basically incapacitated, right?
Yes, Fumamu is topside and is fine, but you can see this ghost is starting to move towards the ship. Not aggressively, but again in this sort of herky-jerky action, but clearly towards you now.
I'll turn to this, Doris. What do we want to do with this?
I will walk up towards the edge, make my presence known, and say, halt your progress, state who you are. And I will wait to see if they respond to common. And if not, I will start cycling through my available languages of common, draconic, gith, goblin, and infernal.
All right. So over the rumble of the waves, you hear a voice respond. It's not powerful, more akin to a murmur, but nevertheless, you hear it clearly. All of you at the sort of the front of the ship do. Even over, the noise of the water and the fog and the ship's creaking. Why must I endure this torment? And then with that, the sky lights up with lightning above you. And he keeps speaking, the pain entangles me. But if I cannot escape it, everyone must share it with me.
Damn
Uh-oh.
it.
I no longer wish
recognize
to
it?
be
Do I recognize
tied
it?
to
I
the
rolled a
world,
21.
but I am
Sorry.
forced to linger here.
Rebel can exercise
With
it.
a religion check, you understand that a ghost can keep some memories of its former life, but they're often sort of partial and confused, but it affects the way they manifest. And you
Right.
understand that some ghosts, like revenants, if defeated, simply come back if their unresolved situations continue to bind them to the world. So, in that respect, destroying them isn't necessarily the answer, but sort of communicating with them could be the more likely way to go. And as your words hit it, Nithdoris, you can see the sea again around you loses a little bit of its intensity, and the lightning and thunder that seem to be starting just slowly fade away. And the ghost, levitates up the sort of side of the ship, and its eyes scanning all of you, just seems, you go to the island. And then it spies Scrap Heap, and it stops for a second and just says,
Uh-oh.
Ironside, you've come to bring an end to my pain.
Wait.
Happy, what'd you do?
Ironside.
What? Why did you call me Ironside? Do you know me? Is that my name?
Ironside, something keeps me tied to this strip of land between sea and fire, where the mists hide the truth. It is where I found you. Please, find my link with the world and break it, or I will break your ship like dry leaves. And then with that, the ghost slowly starts to turn, and again, in this weird skittering pattern, starts to move away, and you can see the waves around him grow. And then, go, friend, before pain and rage take the last of my reason. The red hair, I cannot forget. The only thing I cannot forget. The red hair. Lorien. With that, the ghost vanishes off into the night fog.
Oh my god, that was awesome! Scrappy, what you do?
First I have to ask, can I speak normally now?
I will say yes. The time has passed at this point. I will give you all your language skills back. You might need it.
Okay, because I thought that Scrappy was gonna just start answering in like modem tone.
I actually have YouTube on. I was actually going to use Shodan's voice. But
I will say, for just the briefest of seconds, there is a bright flare and a flash of what appears to be some type of symbol that appears across your chest, just for the briefest of instants, Scrap Heap, and it burns and then vanishes.
like, wow, did it burn me like enough to hurt? Like, or just like a sensation of burning?
Sensation didn't hurt, but sort of surprise, and it triggers not quite a memory, but you understand that ghost was a pirate that you used to know,
Can
name
I
of
roll
Rovian.
Rovian?
Ooh.
Rovian, the pissed off ghost.
As our quick question, is our crewmates back to normal now as well?
Yes.
Perfect. So during that exchange, Ishka was really worried it was going to go south, so she was kind of like trying to get Luth to safety because she didn't want him in the line of fire in case anything happens. Does he come to while she's carrying him down below deck?
Yes, and he just hugs you.
Good,
Aw.
you're back, Luth. Welcome back. And she'll set him down and be like, "Are you well now? Are you okay?"
I don't ever want to go back to that astral plane. That was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Well, hopefully it won't happen again. And she'll check on Utanki while she's down there. If she sees that he's coherent, make sure he's all good, and then she's going to go back up and join everybody else. So she's going to kind of come in like halfway through this conversation.
All right.
Can we escape Ghost Pirate?
Should we? But it seems like this is some kind of
I
origin
would
with Scrap
personally,
Heap.
would like to pursue whoever this Rovian was. He called me by another name, and it seems familiar. And if I had a human tongue, I would say it's on the tip of my tongue, but it's neither.
Do you
It's
know
iron
who
sides.
Do you know who Lorian is?
Can I do a history check?
I do a history check.
Can we
I do
all do history checks?
Scrap Heap, you can give me a history check on Lorian. Silver, you can give me a history check on Rovian.
Oh. And since you're standing next to me, make sure your skill check is set to +3.
Guidance,
That's
whoever needs
saved.
it.
Yeah. So guidance to Silver and Scrap Heap.
24.
15.
15. Silver, you recognize the name Rovian as he was a salvager and a pirate, but he wasn't, evil. He was a middling sort, who disappeared a little over 50 years ago. Nobody ever heard from him, just vanished. Last thing you sort of remember about him is he was going to an island where he thought some magic plant was.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you guys rolled an interesting number.
Oh God, we're not on the Isle of Dread, are we?
No.
No!
Okay, good.
Jeff! We
We
have to
have
save Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. We must go save him.
No.
With a 24, yeah, with a 24 Scrap Heap, you struggle. All you can remember, you get a flash, but the name has to do with an island. But the only thing that comes to your mind with an island is that there's nothing of significance there, and there's a few villagers that live there, and that's about it. Like that's the only thing that you remember is this island is very forgettable, and there's nothing special about it.
I'm assuming you've spoken about this, right?
He speaks the exact words you saw written multiple times in your research books in the library, Nithdoris.
The flower is the Grellian?
Are
Apparently,
you saying this as Nithdoris?
including memory loss. And yet people are experiencing memory loss as they basically enter into this place if they spend too much time there. It was interesting, and I had wanted to look into this place. And now I'm slightly more scared.
We should try and put that soul to rest.
I agree. If we can do so, it would not be unreasonable.
Do any of you know what red hair means?
I'm assuming it's Lorien, and he said Lorien and red hair, so it's someone with red hair. That's my assumption off the bat.
But is Lorien not the island?
Oh, it's someone on the island with red hair.
We are taking on water. Let us go to the island
Good
and
point.
find this Lorien,
We'll need materials to make proper repairs anyways.
and then execute this Lorien to free the ghost.
Yeah, sure.
All right. With that, it is also nightfall. Fumamu, with instructions from Nithdoris, will slowly take the ship towards the landmass, but he will also say, we should not go too close. I don't know if there are reefs or if it's dangerous, and I don't want to run aground in the fog. Perhaps we wait until morning, and hopefully this fog will burn off.
I agree with that entirely.
I
Hopefully,
very much would like a long rest right about now.
Yeah.
So you guys can take a long rest. Fumamu and Utanke will sit watch. So let's take a 5-minute bio break, and then we will come back as I will use that time to prepare the adventure you're going on.
You didn't expect us to fail so failably.
I really didn't, and that changed the possibilities a
You have
fair
a
bit.
fairly smart party.
I am disappointed that we didn't end up in a fiery sea with a fiery sky and devils poking our bottoms.
On
No.
the
Yeah.
chart that you guys ended up rolling on, there were some very bad possibilities. It's just that Tara rolled an 8, and you guys ended up here.
You're
All right,
welcome.
bareback.
If I have to roll a new character, I am rolling a character that has more intelligence than our fucking wizard does. How do you only have a 16?
We've only had 1 feat. Well, we've had 2, but they've only had 1 feat.
I thought wizards got more ability, or is that only
No.
fighters?
Only fighters and rogues get 1 more.
Still, he should be at 18 now.
What feat did you take, Lauren? Assuming you took 1.
Lauren may, in fact, be using the little Lauren's room.
Is Lauren little? I don't know how tall Lauren is.
Lauren is taller than me, and
He's
you don't know how
he's
tall I am.
5'10", 5'11".
The only people who I know are Lyndon, Ian, and Steph. Because those are the only
Lauren,
ones.
Well, Stephanie's the tallest of us.
Yes. She's basically the tallest Canadian that's ever lived.
Untrue. I have met Lyndon.
Yeah. If I had to compare Lauren to Lyndon, I'd say Lauren's about. Is Lauren about as tall as Lyndon?
Lauren
I would
is
say he's like
approximately
a little
5'10",
bit
5'11".
shorter.
I mean, you're a giant, Tara. So
I
no
am
comparison.
not.
You're
Okay,
a giant.
Lauren is
5'9", 5'10", maybe.
okay. Lauren is taller than me, and I'm 6'2".
Actually, no, I think I'm more 5'7". I don't know. I honestly can never remember. I'm 5 something.
I'm actually confirmed 5'9" because I just found out from my annual exam. So I'm a wee lad.
Actually, no. I think I'm more 5'1" than 5'2". Whatever. Or 6'1" than 6'2".
Let's say 5'1". What?
You're about a few inches taller than me, Chris.
Am
I would say I
I
would put you at 5'10". Tara is definitely 5'11", 5'10", 11. So you're the
That's
same
probably,
height as Tara. Stephanie is like freakishly 6'5".
met Steph.
sure that Steph wasn't just standing very far away.
Hey, it's my
Yeah, I'm always
desktop.
just standing so far away.
Your desktop is the map.
Yep. That
Oh God.
that high res HD resolution map of like the Ferunian Sword Coast. I have that as my desktop.
Yeah, that's what this was, but you have to knock it down like 3 times to put it into Roll20.
Limits.
Roll20 is like 6 gigs. No. No.
Nothing more than 10 megabytes. It's yeah, that is a beautiful map that you absolutely have to ruin to use in Roll20.
Yeah,
I think they would just have this one available.
I can tell that they that's custom. Usually the default for most web services is 20 megabytes. I don't know why they've all decided to narrow down on that number, but 10 megabytes is something you have to
Upload a lot of images to Roll20 when you're running games.
Yeah. No, I understand. So maybe they're
Even
like 10 megs
even if you're
kind of a happy medium, but who knows? So at least we kind of sort of know where we are now.
Where are we? I didn't hear. Are we the red dot? Or are we the ship?
No, you're the ship.
Okay.
I actually have that. Patrick and Chris probably already remember this, but I have this like blown up in like a huge ass like poster, laminated and everything. I left it at my mom's because I was like using it for the kids' campaign, so I got to bring it home and get it properly framed and hung up here. I miss it.
Yeah. I've seen you can do blankets and things with it as well.
I've honestly been tempted to do that. Yeah, because right now all I do is just like, when I was doing it, in person, I actually used it as like their world map just so they could track where they were in the world with like dry erase markers on it and stuff. Just like put it up on like tape it up on the wall and bring it down every night. Mom was like, no, I want it up all the time. It's been at my mom's for like a year. I miss it.
More than your mom?
Some days. Love my mom, but yeah, I told you all, she was complaining about me not visiting when the first lockdown happened, right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. My immunocompromised mother. Why aren't you coming to visit me? Really?
When you live in the epicenter.
Oh,
seriously.
We're
Wait,
ages.
the epicenter. You guys live in Florida?
Canadian epicenter. Capicenter.
Cool epicenter. Okay.
Right in the middle where I live. Yes.
In my talents, I shape clay.
No.
Oh God.
What was
No
that?
Shodan. No Shodan. That still gives me nightmares to this day. I love Shodan.
I was gonna use that as my babbling noises.
And look at you, hacker, as you crawl through my corridors. A pathetic
Honestly,
creature of meat and bone.
You couldn't have
There
used
should be
GLaDOS.
there should be a rap battle between Shodan and GLaDOS, and I'm sad there is no one doing that.
That would be
I thought
amazing.
that seems like something that should have been done.
It should have.
So-
It's still. We just need to find someone to volunteer for not female, GLaDOS and Shodan.
So, Pavo,
Yeah.
the Cthulhu statuette that you took with you after having it on your person for about an hour, you realize that it works as a remove curse scroll.
I have the ability to identify stuff, so
Wait, so I realize what it does?
Yeah, it's like you
Like I
cast the
thought-
identify ritual. Yeah, eventually you understand that's what it is. It basically it's a one-time remove curse.
Okay, well, I'll let the party know. Hey, guys, I found this in the Dragon's Hoard. Seems like it'll remove a curse.
You took that from the dragon, and literally walked it past its nose, and got on the ship.
Yeah, you didn't take anything?
Some small base.
I think I
Well, you guys got the coins on top from the first layer.
Yeah, this one, though, remember when he was breaking our ship and I said I'd break his stuff? Well, this popped out.
Pavo, let it never be said that you aren't incredibly, incredibly brave.
Oh,
I thought it
stupid.
could be useful.
Not the only thing you are, but you are incredibly, incredibly brave to have walked past a dragon with a piece of its treasure hold.
Well, my uncle was a took.
A fool of a took.
No, one of those very clever ones. Never left the Shire.
This
Is everybody back?
Yep.
this shall be written in the Chronicle of Pavo.
Can you speak again, Stephanie?
Yippers, is this better?
Yes, there you go.
Yep.
Okay, excellent.
All right. Morning comes, and sailing, and anchoring as you did, you finally see the island in front of you. Well, sort of. From where you are, you can make out a dark silhouette in the midst of a thick layer of mist. And as your ship cautiously goes around the island, Fumamu, searches for a passage between a huge number of rocks that sit just under the surface of the water. And the island is relatively small, only about 3 miles wide, but even with your assistance, Silver, circumnavigating it is a difficult task. Your crew, work hard, but you find there are sudden currents, and it takes a couple of tries as you're sort of probing for banks of sand, and it takes till almost the late afternoon before you all are able to direct the ship towards a narrow passage, and you make it to about 200 feet from shore. And even from here, it is hard to make out the details of the land in front of you in the mists. And Fumamu and Utanke, will sort of look at all of you and just sort of say, it's better if you take the jolly boat in. We will sit here and we can row in and continue making repairs if you wish.
We will look for supplies on land.
And as Nidoros pointed out, fix the ship as well.
If when you do what you need, we can use the second jolly boat and find trees or wood, and we can do whatever work we need.
I want any of you to be off the boat after nightfall.
Oh, they nod. They're just like, uh-huh. No argument.
Well, shall we?
Montauk is already in the boat.
Yeah, Ishka's feeling very motherly towards the crew now, so she's gonna, just be like, okay, well, make sure you do this and you do this and you're home by this time and blah blah blah, and then she'll get in the boat.
Sure, to
All
pack
right.
a lunch.
Yeah, be sure to pack a lunch. Take a sweater in case it's cold. Take a sweater in case it's cold. Be back by nightfall.
How foggy is foggy?
You can see, even from 200 feet from the shore, you can barely make out details of the shoreline. This fog is incredibly thick.
Can I try before or as they're loading the boat in, Circle up a couple 100 feet and see how high the fog goes.
Yeah, you circle upwards and upwards, and I mean, the island is about 3 miles across. The fog, as you fly even a couple of 100 feet up, just seems to continue. You at no point can see any of the land below you. This entire island is shrouded in this mist.
All right.
And as you fly up and through it, I mean, it's peculiar, and you realize it's not only water vapor. Even as you're sort of flying nearby it, you get this vague sulfuric smell, and occasionally you can feel these like gritty particles, like sand, that even ends up sort of coating your wings and your beak.
Like ash?
Not quite ash, but more like a sand.
Is it like a pumice sand? I'm thinking volcano, but that's Ian who likes geology. That's the only thing I could think of. Little particles and sulfur is volcano.
That would make sense. I mean, from the sulfur and everything you're smelling, you think there's probably, I mean, and coming from Chult, you would understand there's probably something geothermal like that, but you don't spy any like volcanic gases or steams or anything like that. It's just whatever is in this mist. It's more than just water vapor.
I will scrape a bit off into some sort of container and off my wing and bring it down and report that the fog just keeps going and I can't see. Usually you can fly over it just fine, but nothing. The whole island shrouded, and it kind of smells like Montauk's feet up there.
So volcano nearby.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And look, and I'll show up whatever I guess because the water vapor would condense, so it would just become sandy water, right, in a little jar.
Montauk has, like, he comes from mountains. Would he recognize this as as volcanic ash?
Mountains aren't volcanoes, though.
You recognize it as something along those lines, but you've never seen it intermixed with a mist like this before.
Would I
this island?
Not
Like,
no.
I'm sorry, what did you ask, Brendan?
Am I aware of this island? Like, do I know anything about it?
Nothing that comes to mind. Whenever in this area, you've heard tell of this sort of misty island, but anyone who's ever been there or talks about it, it's like, there's nothing there. It's just like some land and some boring natives. That's about it.
Oh my god, I just figured out where we are. So, okay, put it together, the pieces. A boring ass place where nothing goes on, where the fog is literally acidic with sulfur and there's particulate matter raining down from the sky. We're in Sudbury.
God damn it.
I told you were going to end up somewhere bad.
God damn it. Okay.
Oh, that's where they make the moon landing.
Okay, first thing.
Oh.
First thing we need to do, I can get into that whole moon landing thing later. First thing we need to do is we need to avoid all of the locals. They're just going to beg you for change. And or stick you with meth needles.
Quick question. With shape water, is it? I cantrip shape water. Yeah, would I be able to like move the water droplets of the fog out of our way?
I think it does. Doesn't it say in the spell that you can do fogs?
That's create or destroy water, where you can create.
The create or destroy water specifically does, but the shape water doesn't. It just says you choose an area of water that you can see within range that fits within a 5-foot cube, and you manipulate it by like either moving it, changing the flow, or shaping it into some kind of form and that you can animate.
Yeah, no, it's a different molecular form in this mist. So, I mean, you can sort of slide it aside, but I mean, even as you do so, once you guys enter this sort of mist, as your lifeboat finally sort of reaches the shore, and by this point you realize this is something you've heard just called the Island of Mists, Old Silver, and it lives up to its name. You end up on this sort of rocky beach that comes to an abrupt end against about a 50-foot tall cliff. And it looks like the beach is sort of rising up to your right, so there might be a way up. And as you sort of shape and move this fog, you can see there is this sort of narrow path leading up the cliff face. But I mean, this fog still limits your visibility. And once you sort of step in, all directions around you, it seems to sort of vanish away. And you don't hear any sounds other than like the splashing of the waves. And everything around you just seems immersed in this muffled silence. And then, much like Pavo described to you, you all start sort of picking up this vague sulfuric smell as you wander through it. And there are these sort of gritty particles suspended inside it. And as you make your way up this, sort of coastline and cliff, you do occasionally see a few trees. So at least that, you will be able to find something that, the crew can repair the ship with.
What's
But
that buried in the sand? Is that a giant coin with a beaver on the side? No, big nickel.
Yes, I know.
Our American viewers are loving this content. Oh my God.
All right. So first thing we need to do is not talk to any of the locals again, because some of them might try to fight us for no reason. And don't try to get any beer. It's just going to be Molson Canadian or Alexander Keith's. That's all they have here.
But I like Alexander Keith's.
Well, then you're going to be just spoiled for choice.
All right. What is the party's marching order going up this?
Everyone fights each other. So many more souls to give to Umberly.
What's your marching order going up this cliff path? I assume Ishka's in the lead if she is using her cantrip to sort of blow the fog aside.
I'll stay behind.
I'll be more than happy to do that if that's going to help us.
We'll stick towards the middle.
Montauk will be will take the back.
I have benefited Montauk with the gift of alacrity, so for the next 8 hours, you have a D8 added to all your rolls.
Great, that'll be 1d8 on top of the d20.
And I'll fly kind of above and try and make sure nothing sneaks up on us or is hiding behind anything.
I will also periodically be casting Shillelagh on my club, so in case anything does come out of the mist, I've already got it cast on me.
All right. Well, as you make your way up, with sort of Pavo flying above and you casting Shillelagh every once in a while, you sort of blow the mist apart. And as you climb upwards and you get used to this, you realize you can see probably about 100 feet around you in sort of either direction through this mist. And as you crest the top and make your way along, you come across a building which appears to be built into the side of a mountain or hillside.
Oh.
You guys all see that?
No.
I know we're on the Swords map.
No, nothing popped up on my side.
Oh, hang on, let me put it in your journals.
There we go.
Oh, wrong, boring northern town. That's in North Bay.
So this building seems mostly dug into this hill or mountainside. And externally, you can see there's a large colonnade with a staircase that leads to this dark opening. Rubble surrounds all of the columns, and the building and everything around it seems to have been abandoned for centuries. At the top of the stairs, on either end, you can see there are two bronze statues so damaged and ruined that they have also lost their original shape, presumably due to the weather. What would you like to do?
I don't want to stay here and end up looking like that.
I have a feeling we'll have to go inside. Perception or investigation. We're going to see if I can find any recent tracks of humanoids.
That is a survival check.
Okay. Survival. Can I bless myself? Or guidance, I mean.
Yes.
Awesome.
We had a lot
Ah.
of rest for this, right?
Yes. You find no tracks. Nothing appears to have come this way in eons, as far as you can tell.
All right, so anything we come across will pretty much be a resident of this base. Okay. I'll let the party know that, there's been nothing moving around here within the last millennia or whatever it is.
Yeah. And, even, from this distance, as you look, you can tell the statues are badly damaged due to weather. But the more you sort of look around and notice Silver and Ishka, you pick up that the statues' faces seem to have been damaged more than just by weather. Maybe some sort of tool has, like a gavel, has been used to make them unrecognizable.
Someone's vandalized them.
Do we see the remnants on the ground?
Yeah, there's all kinds of rubble on the ground around.
Bravo, come here.
What's
Use
up?
your needle.
Right
I
here.
don't think we'll be able to jigsaw this back together.
I'll get what he's getting at, and I'll get them to help me pick up a couple pieces, and I'll fly up to the face and I'll hold a piece to the statue face and try and zap it with the needle, and then do that for each piece in turn and see if we can see what they look like.
Yeah, unfortunately, even all of these pieces have been damaged by the weather to a point where you cannot fit it together. But as you move the rubble around, you do find a stele or plaque underneath some of this rubble, and that is what you find on it.
Thank God, a bath. Let's go.
Child murderer.
No, bath. Didn't you say?
No. What do I know about the Velnos Og Empire?
Give me a history check.
Apparently not much.
Not much. I mean, you did a little bit of reading, but that name didn't pick anything up. Scrap Heap, those of you around, you hear this sort of click and clack as something sort of gets back on track, and you understand that Vilnos was an emperor of what was known as the Ragta Morak Empire. And it is said he is one of the first to have made binding pacts with devils to gain more power.
Oh.
And the decline of the empire began about 10 years after his reign. And you would know that, this type of plaque is a very traditional sort of tablet, exalting the quality of the places or patronage of those who have built them. But you do not recognize or think it normal that one of Vilnos's titles should be child murderer. And that even in those historic days, something like that would not be celebrated.
Does it look like it could have been added later?
Looks
Like it should have ended with noble patron and then someone added and child murderer?
looks scrawled on.
Give me a perception check.
17.
Yeah, you would say that it's odd. The stone slab is worn, but the inscriptions are perfect and show no signs of aging whatsoever.
So with my gloved hand, I will run a finger across the final verse.
Yeah, that happens.
Okay, cool. No line.
Yeah, I mean, all of these, it is very odd because, I mean, that last line, you can tell it's not quite lined up the way the other ones are, but the inscriptions show no signs of aging whatsoever.
The kerning's all messed up, though.
Bad typography makes Montauk angry.
I think we should just go inside at this point. There's nothing else to be seen out here, I don't think.
What good will steam baths do us?
Oh, we could relax for a bit. It was cold and dry in the astral plane. Let's go. Let's see if the steam baths are still good.
Wait a
I
minute,
just
he
rust-
consorted with demons? Or devils? Devils, right?
Devils.
So is it a bright idea for us to go into a steamy place? Because the hot and the heat and everything else is associated with hell?
If you want a good schwitz, aren't you going to call like a devil or a demon?
I will send Minerva in and look through her eyes, scouting out the place while everyone debates this action.
All right.
Ishka, as far as Ishka's concerned, there's no debate. This is the first structure we've seen. We're on a mission. Like, we have to investigate it to see if this is what we need to do. So as far as Ishka's concerned, there's no debate.
I'm personally looking to see if maybe the corpse of the guy we're supposed to help out is in here.
I just want the bath. Let's go to the bath.
I just rust-proofed myself. I'm not going in there.
Ishka goes in. Like, we'll go to the doorway.
Yeah, let's go
All
up
right. Sorry, I'm just getting all your tokens on the map.
Yeah. Like, I'll give Doris a chance to, like, send Minerva in first, since that's what he wants to do. But, like, I'm going to be at the doorway waiting for the all clear to go ahead.
Montauk thought that scrap heap was water resistant.
All right. So Minerva flies in, and you can see, I mean, as you look in, this sort of corridor vanishes into the dark. You can see
already for me anyway. All dark.
That's weird.
Well, we wait for the lights to come on. Let's sing a song about the lights coming on.
Your token has sight.
Is it dark in here?
It's a scrap heap also can't see.
There we go.
Now we can.
Yeah, I don't have dark vision.
Hey kids, it's Torchy.
I could see.
I can see now.
I already could see, but Ishka technically can't. So I brought Torchy on because she lit a torch instead of Montauk.
All right. All right. Yes, you guys can see that this corridor vanishes into the dark. And laterally, you see links with other rooms, and there are no doors. And everything, as you fly in and around Minerva, you notice that everything here is in a state of abandonment. There's dust and debris covering everything. Down this main corridor, you see there are 2 rows of 5 bronze statues, all humanoid, better preserved than the ones you saw outside, but they too have had their faces battered beyond recognition.
Okay. Continue forward a bit more. What's in the pool?
You see as the hallway splits off into 2 areas ahead of you, 2 large pools of water. The one to your left appears to be sort of clean and clear. The one to your right, you can feel sort of heat and steam bubbling out of it. And you can see the top of it is covered in sort of algae and other plants. The one to your left, you do not get that same sort of heat coming off of it.
Okay, I'm going to check out the left one first.
All right.
I see something there.
Yes, you see it's a large circular room with a tub of cold water. Everything, again, covered in sort of dust, mud, and there are stones that have broken away from the ceiling. The walls are sort of smooth, and you can see they're decorated with a geometric mosaic, and they are interrupted by a small doorway off to the right.
So, Patrick,
Yep.
is there supposed to be a pixel-wide gap right about here that I can see through?
Yes.
Cool. Well, she's going to go up,
Oh,
and
wait, no, there isn't. Ah, crap. Lousy dynamic lighting.
that's why I was questioning it. Yeah. So checking in here.
So in here, you can see, another large circular room, large tub of water, dirty again with dust, mud, and small pieces of rock that have, sort of broken away from the ceiling and the walls over the years. Again, they're decorated with geometric sort of mosaic in here, but they're tarnished. And the walls in this room are much more badly damaged than the other room that you've been in. And you can see there are large stone jars, which are, set into the floor here as well.
Okay, looking at the jars, what are they about? Can I get a perceived purpose for these jars from just a casual flyby and look?
You actually see a couple of them are sort of emptied. One still has what appears to be a pile of like a pumiced stone inside it.
So it's a mud bath mixture?
Well, the pumice stone you would think it's more used for like cleaning the skin to exfoliate, that kind of thing. The other ones are sort of caked in this dark, almost hard tar-like substance at this point. Who knows? Could have been some sort of ointment back in the past.
All right. By the way, I'm giving a running commentary of what I'm coming across, so everyone is aware of what I'm coming across. So moving into the room with the algae and everything, I'm going to get ready to, if I have to, use an action to pop away my familiar, because I get the feeling that there's probably a shambling mound under the surface of the water there.
All right. So yeah, as you fly in through here, I mean, sulfurous steam and hot air pervade this room. And yeah, you can see it's been colonized by different plants and algae. And again, another mosaic runs around the walls of this room. And you can see there are broken pots littering the floor here.
Mosaics tell a story?
No, they are just a series of patterns. And as you fly sort of above and circle around the water, you can see it bubbles every once in a while, and there is steam, but nothing comes out of the water.
All right. Well, as an action, I'm going to dispel Minerva and pop her back by my side.
All right.
And so, yeah, there's a series of, I think it was 6 rooms branching off the main corridor as we go in. They appeared to be empty from what I saw.
There was rubble, broken furniture, things like that. Give me a straight perception check just to see if you spotted anything as you were moving through those rooms.
Keen hearing insight.
15. You noticed as you went through this room here off to the right, the middle one on the right-hand side. Yeah. You could see that it appears that there were the remains of like a camp or a campsite set up in there at some point. There were some sort of old rotten straw beds and maybe like the ashes of an old hearth.
Okay. So I will point out the fact that, the 6 rooms, the second one had remains of a camp. Then there were 3 pools in a roughly triangular-like shape, each in their own room. One of them has a bunch of algae and such and is bubbling, I guess is heated by volcanic vents. I'm still wary that there might be some sort of creature in there because I know certain creatures like warm, moist locations to live in.
Let's go ahead and see if we can find anything else.
Montauk will take up the rear, protect the rear flank.
Does Crabheap sense anything with his divine sense?
No.
Damn. All clear from my end. From conceivable encounters?
Well, we're not going to get comfortable bath, but
Do we want to take it room by room, or like work on the left side, then go to the right side?
Let us enter this tomb then.
it's a bathhouse.
It is a bath tomb.
Although
Left or right?
some dying here today.
I have the second one on the right that had the camp.
Are we going to be like checking out the rooms beforehand? Do you want to like do any kind of searches for anything specific in these other rooms?
As I said, I did a cursory glance, so there's nothing in there that would necessarily attack us unless it would realistically avoid attacking an owl. So,
Yeah, no, I understand there's no active enemies, but do we want to search and see if there's maybe anything hidden in the rubble of any of these other rooms? That's what I'm trying to ask.
Yes.
I would be
Yeah, give me a group perception check.
Oh no.
Guidance for anyone who needs it.
Wrong.
I don't need it. Oh, outdone.
I would definitely need it.
Oofer.
We've got more than enough non-shit rolls, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, most of these rooms you can see have been emptied and looted several times, and the furniture or whatever was in there was destroyed, and there's just trash and debris accumulated in the corners of everywhere. And time and fire have like blackened a lot of the walls, and then sort of, the powdered sort of dust out of time covers everything else. In that central room, you do find, as I said, the remains of an old camp. And going through the sort of ashed remains of what might have been a proper fire pit at some point, you do find some papers that are not completely burned.
Second room on the right, you said, right?
Yes. You find several sheets of notes that seem to have something to do with nautical charts. You find some sheets that have the same number of letters written in sort of an uncertain calligraphy. So give me an insight check, Doris, Ishka, and Ol Silver, as you guys all rolled over 20.
Guidance.
The way
17.
the way they are written, it's as if someone has had little practice writing, and maybe somebody was being taught the rudiments of sort of reading and writing, much like you guys teaching Montauk.
Montauk is very literate. Montauk is a
Now he is.
But what really catches your eye is what appears to be a stained diary page that has been ripped out and used to write out some notes.
Captain's log.
Aerodom 338.
How long ago was 388?
Just ignore that.
There's the bathhouse.
Me, alarm, error, Saban, Donovan, Z.
Sidon perceives
Mutineers.
in the thermal splat baths, hidden magic, magical figures.
Treasures.
Well, it's kind of hard to read it.
It is.
Something at sea. Interesting. Mutineers got what they deserved. I will not tolerate insubordination, not even in their
These-
circumstance.
These circumstance.
These.
These?
Well,
Oh,
it should be S at the end of circumstance. But
interesting.
So it looks like there's a map. So there's a village to the north of us. Looks like an execution ground swamps to the east, and a possible library to the west where it was believed there was treasure.
yeah, so let's maybe search this area. Whoever wrote this, because it says still no treasure, maybe in the library.
Mhm.
The last note there, who is Xthar, is kind of terrifying to me.
That's not a name normal people have. That's
Come on.
Which
My,
one here?
Oh, come on. My,
SHPAR. That's like a
my
lich.
neighbor Xthar Smith would be just absolutely insulted incensed by your.
That is a name that a lich gives themselves.
How old does this document appear to be? Like, given the environment it's being stored in, how long has it resided here?
You recognize some of these names to the left, Scrap Heap. You don't know how, but you know they are the crew of Rovian's ship.
Oh,
So you would place this at about 53 years ago.
did
Question.
you say on the right or on the left? Sorry.
The list of names on the left, where there's a couple that are scratched out with a big M, as in mutineer.
I have a question.
What do you mean, Pavo?
Oh, I've been wandering around while they've been talking.
I have not been able to see the map, sorry.
Oh, okay. I am looking in this pool to the left.
Ah. Nope, that pool, you can tell it is full of cold water, and everything in here is covered in sort of dust and mud and stones. You can see that the geometric mosaics in here are a beautiful blue tone.
Ooh, like my feathers.
Yeah, and as you look around, you can find some residue of like pumice stones, and that's about it, sort of on the ground here.
Well, I can still hear them arguing in the last room, probably. And
Yes.
It looks like clear, cool, clean water.
It's got like a layer of dust over it, but other than that, yeah, like when you sort of wave it aside, yeah, there is still clean water underneath.
All right. I think I'm gonna. While they're chit chatting, I'm gonna rest my feet.
Nope,
Maybe
Ishka's.
pull out one of those.
No,
pumice stones.
Ishka's. As soon as Ishka notices you're gone, she's coming to find you and bring you back to the group.
Why are you ruining my pedicure?
All right.
Remember what happened last time you ran ahead, Pava?
Well,
You said
You
it was
woke
clear?
a dragon. Get back to the group.
I didn't wake a dragon. The troll woke a dragon.
Get back to the group.
Well, my feet
I mean,
are
I'm
hot.
reading.
Get back to the group.
I tell the group that the names are on the list from the memory that I can recall, that they were part of the crew of Captain Rovian that we met earlier.
And you're not on the list.
I am not on the list.
But he knew you anyway.
I would very much would like to ask Rovian why I'm not on the list, even as a mutineer. This is kind of insulting.
He did say he met you here.
He met me here. So this is my data ground. No, I'm not going to say that. Okay, so from the list, Zeke.
The water on your feet is actually really, really cold, Pavo. You are in the cold pool. Both you and Ishka, as you came up to this branch, you could feel like a nice warmth coming off of the water to the right, but you went into the cold pool.
Yes, I just wanted to rest my feet for a few minutes while they're talking, but I will grudgingly get up when Ishka's bitching at me and kick off the water.
Pavo, you do seem to have an issue with going off on your own and getting us into trouble. She's not without cause.
He said it was safe, and I was just sitting down. I didn't go far. I was 20 feet away.
Minerva did not stick
I
her
un-
feet in the
I
pool.
said nothing attacked, but I'm still wary that there's a plant in one of those pools that would reach out and attack us.
Well, this was the clear one that looked empty.
Well, it may not have been. So it's like Ishka has no. I don't have any problems with you resting your feet. Pablo, just don't do it alone. Don't run off ahead and do it alone. That's all I want. That's all I ask.
Mom mode Ishka.
Yes. Mom mode and also doesn't want anything to attack us again right now, Ishka. Like, damn it, Pablo. Stick with the group.
Have I seen anything like this plant before?
The stuff that's growing in the sort of warm pool.
Yes.
Give me a nature check.
Oh no.
I haven't fixed my health. Whoops.
20.
Yeah, you recognize this as, you know, a normal sort of variety of aquatic plants and algae. You've seen them, you know, underwater near sort of hot vents at the bottom of the sea. These same kind of plants grow there.
So they don't
And-
need light?
Nope, don't need light. They thrive in the hot, sulfurous sort of water. And I mean, that room, you can feel, you know, the warm air just sort of roll out of it.
We can still see you.
I can't see me.
No, because old Silver jumped on top of you. But you're still
I couldn't
there.
even see me before Old Silver.
You're right
Yeah, I
there.
don't see me. I don't
Doesn't
see me.
exist. Just
You're that
plop your
Interesting.
token back down.
There I
again.
am.
Oh,
Thank you.
Montauk looks down at the map and says, "Arendar hung his crew at the swamps."
that
Perhaps
does seem to be
Rovian.
likely.
Rovian
Rovian.
was the captain.
Was
Because they
Rovian the
mutiny?
ghost?
I
Or is
thought
that
Arendar.
Rovian was the Captain Ghost pirate.
No, because you can see it says me and then Alaron Erar. So me is at the top of the list. You would assume that's Rovian.
All right, so what's Arendar?
That is nothing to do with this.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was a name that seemed interesting.
Not appearing in this adventure.
Yes.
All right, so Rovian hung his crew down at the swamps, and then told the people in the village, "Don't fucking go to the swamps."
And as you make your way into this warmer room, you can see now with the light that the walls here are decorated with the geometric mosaic patterns in shades of red. And into the only narrow passage off to your left.
So we have blue on the left and red on the right.
And that
Yep,
passage
cold
has,
and hot.
there's another
It's like
passage
American
in the other room.
politics.
Ooh.
Bum-bum.
Can I do a nature or survival check without actually going into the pool to see if there's something actually living in it?
Sure. I would say you would need to like use staff to like
Guidance.
get sort of around these plants, kind of a thing.
I assume you also mean
Would that
beyond
be
the.
survival
Yeah.
or
No, you can give me a nature check.
okay?
There is hidden
Jesus.
magic here, according to the captain.
Yeah, you using your staff, you know, you push some of these plants aside, and you know, some of them are sort of they seem to almost be floating in the algae, you know, sort of coats, and there's like a little of, you know, hot gas and steam, but you don't see anything under the water.
So
Okay.
Monarch's going to come up to the pool. He's going to dip his hand in.
It is very hot, not uncomfortably so, but you know, definitely geothermal. And as you make your way around the sort of room, you can see that you know, there's sort of broken pots full of what presumably at one point were bath salts.
Yeah. Okay. Like presumably bath salts, not quote unquote bath salts.
Correct.
What about this
Okay.
this pool up here?
Yeah. Then Montauk's going to go around to this pool, dip his finger into this one.
Very cold.
Very cold. And he's going to come up to the baby bear pool.
Nice of you to join us, Goldilocks.
Yeah, that water is tepid. It's sort of a good warm, but not as hot as the geothermal room. But I mean, this room is covered in dust and mud and small pieces of rock because the mosaic in this room, which is yellow, large portions of the wall have clearly been smashed, and they look like they've been sort of intentionally broken. And as you look around, you can see there are these large stone jars that Nithdoris saw through his familiar's eyes earlier that, have pumice stones sort of piled in them, or what was at some point what looked like some sort of ointment, which is now old and black and just sort of caked onto the side of the jar.
So there's plants and salts in the one room. In the medium room, there's pumice and some sort of ointment residue. What's in the cold room?
The cold room, there were a couple of pieces of pumice rock, but they weren't from jars. They were just sort of littered around the ground.
Right, so just like loose pumice rock.
Yeah.
Montauk is going to take a pumice rock from the cold room, and he's going to bring it into the tepid room.
That already happened because Pablo has one.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I touch a pumice rock to the water, what happens?
It goes into the water. Nothing happens around it.
Capillary action sucks water into the microstructure of the pumice.
Okay, cool. Montauk will do a little bit of exfoliating. He's got some pretty nasty calluses, and
Don't. Ishka will yell at you if you do that.
No, Pablo, Ishka will yell at you if you do that.
We'd yell at you to do that.
Okay, so Montauk just looks around and says, "Note, log mentioned there is magic hidden here. Perhaps this is a puzzle."
Doris, have you detected magic yet?
Not yet. I will go through my ritual to do so.
All right. So he sits down for 10 minutes and starts casting his ritual. What do the rest of you do for the intervening 10 minutes?
Sit down and put my feet in the nice cold water.
I just want to destroy that water.
Old
I get
Silver
to
will
relax for a bit.
stand
God
and
damn it.
watch over Pavo.
Montauk is going to look down into the into the jars of like residue. He's going to give it a sniff.
Smells terrible.
You know what? Fuck it. We can breathe water. My feet are already in the water. I'm gonna set the torch. Silver, can you hold this for a moment? And hand him the torch and slide into the pool, and we will look at the bottom. If it's covered in mud, we'll kind of, see if there's any inscriptions or anything buried around on the bottom.
All right, you plunge into this cold, cold water pool.
Racing.
You have to scrape the mud away. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I have the warming medallion on. Still want me to do it?
Yeah, with advantage.
And +3 from me.
Oh, you weren't there. Nice try. Even so, yeah, I mean, it is cold. Luckily, your medallion is keeping you warm. Scraping the sort of dirt and mud off the bottom, you just find it is a tiled bottom. There's a nice sort of design down there, but no words or anything like that.
All right, I'll surface. And doesn't look like there's anything at the bottom, old Silver. And when he passes me the torch, I will splash him with cold water and get out.
This is just average water underwater. What do you...
I come from a land of volcanoes and dinosaurs.
This feels
Hot there.
fine. It feels fine to me.
But you're a frigid old elf, that's why.
Oh, that's true.
So in the medium pool room, so there's whole pumice rocks in the cold room. What's in the medium room?
The medium room has, in the cold room, there were just a couple of pumice stones sort of littered amongst the debris. In the medium room, there are like stone jars that actually have like a layer of pumice stones in there, so you can still reach and pull them out. There's the jars that have the blackish substance, which presumably was an ointment. But the walls in here, you can see the mosaics, which are yellow in this room, have been badly damaged, as if someone was like blasting at the walls or hitting them with a large hammer almost at random, so that many tiles are now sort of broken and shattered across the floor.
Did they think there was treasure in the walls?
They were looking for treasure. Perhaps they were digging. Montauk will just start looking through the tiles, see if he can determine if there's language or if there's interesting images.
There's no language. It's all a geometric sort of pattern. Give me a perception check, though.
12.
All right. Was anyone assisting?
I can give a guidance.
That's the DM giving you the hint.
Yeah, we'll give him.
Well, I know that
listening.
I don't know what Rubel or Ishka, and I know Scrapheap was sort of wandering, helping out as well. So I assume
Bardic inspiration.
no. Even if someone's helping, that other role is more than enough. You find, as you are exploring this sort of mosaic pattern, that almost right in the wall area in front of you, you find they coalesce almost to a point, and as you feel these tiles and you press a couple of them, a doorway rolls on some hinges, opening in front of you, revealing a spiral or a curved staircase that descends down into the depths of the mountain. And the walls of the stairwell are rather irregular, and the steps are very crudely carved compared to the rest of the building that you are currently in.
Found it.
And I'll say with that, Nithdoris, your ritual goes off and you detect a very strong magical aura coming from this staircase.
I will tell everyone to stop approaching the staircase. There's a magical aura over it. I will then ask the DM to say, using an action, what school of magic is it?
And of course, it doesn't say here.
Is it a...
It is. You get the sense that it appears to be some type of sort of abjuration ward.
I will inform everyone that there is a ward on this and that I have the ability to attempt to disable it. And do we wish to?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, abjuration. What is the abjuration magic again?
Defensive magic. Guards,
Defensive magic,
wards.
Okay.
Anything from alarm to glyph, which would be bad.
Yeah, so we might as well disable it.
Probably worth the spell slot.
There's runes that
All right. Yeah. So as you sort of look down this sort of curved staircase, you can see at the bottom there's just this simply roughly circular room, and at the bottom a circle of complex runes glitters with a faintly bluish light. So it's not a hidden rune or anything like that. You cast Dispel Magic. Give me...
At third level, so...
Sorry, at what level?
So basic.
Oh, basic? Yep, roll me a d20, please.
It's not an intelligence check?
It's an ability check using your spellcasting modifier, so...
Fuck check.
Charisma this way if you're a sorcerer.
I'm in.
Yeah, so you cast that spell, Nithdoris, and you see the runes fade away. But as that happens, you see this light kind of pulse and flash and glowing in the center of the room above where that circle of runes was. You see
I'm assuming it's over there somehow.
Yeah, it's down these curved stairs. You see this glowing word appear at the bottom of the stairs, and other words sort of flash around it. But at the same time, you see across Scrapheap's chest these 4 letters, Y-E-N-O, also flash. And again, you feel that almost burning sensation, and then they fade away. Scrapheap.
Ow. Ow.
Ignorance is a blessing. We renounce all knowledge. Yeno?
And that is where we will end tonight's session.
You know.
With that glowing word in
Ooh.
your faces.
We just sent.
I hope
Clove away.
that they didn't prepare exploding runes today.
Order the stick reference.
Wait, why is that about me? I don't get it.
All right, everyone. We
okay.
will see you next week. Have a nice night. Bye-bye. Did you turn off the stream, hun?